with housing stuff. It looks like in the previous article, they basically just showed us like, you get stuff in your house. I'm guessing everyone was asking like, how to house? They basically don't want it to be like Final Fantasy where you just craft shit and you're just a housing person. They want to weave it into the rest of the gameplay, like with the backgrounds for your warband and stuff like that. Some of you have been playing for 20 years. Oh, that's me. We want the time to feel worthwhile. Your past adventures and time spent in Azeroth mean your collection will have a leg up and you won't start from square one. So like we can basically probably start making commodities. There is investment decor, which are generally more niche items, theming, looks, or appeal, which require more time and or cost investment. Examples could be sparkling fountain with particle effects or magical books that flap about on their own. I want to make my wizard sanctum house. Lastly, there are what we think of as trophies. These are things that require skillful player cooperation with other players or larger time commitments. So it's, yeah, there's basically like the top end achievements that you get will give you stuff for your house. For sure, that makes sense. Which is so funny because this is specifically, I think, one of the things people were talking about. They're like, oh, but I want to be able to hang dragon heads on my wall. And I'm like, surely they can just take the model of whatever dragon of Deathwing, chop off the head bit and be like, yes, apply to wall. Like, I'm sure they're going to give you what you want. That said, it should be easily possible to kit out your home on day one to strike the vibe you're looking for without too much effort. Yeah, like you've got to have like the vibe from the get-go, but then make it better over time. No new housing profession. Yeah, but it makes sense to weave into other professions, like tailoring for your upholstery variations, or like, I don't know, we haven't gotten there yet, and I don't know if this is the case, but that makes sense to me. When we were first drafting this article, there was a line that read, "Where can I get decor?" Yes. Well, Pithy, it's not far from the truth when it comes to our second principle of core gameplay. Decor should come from everywhere and everything. We want you to find decor rewards in all sorts of gameplay, not just a single avenue. I love that so much for us. For example, while a specific jade inlaid bookshelf might come from a particular quest in Pandaria, other bookshelves could come from vendors, professions, and other varied forms of content. We love it. Finally, principles of reverence for the past encapsulates a few things. All time spent in Azeroth is worth something. We're leveraging legacy. See, look, there's a dragon head right there. If you completed an achievement 10 years ago that rewards a new piece of decor today, you'll be granted that piece of decor on login. Which is crazy because I thought that I had like Lore Master achievements and everything all done. And then I go back and they added more achievements for like factions that I hadn't been playing. And I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to go back and like re-level through those areas to do all of the quests, which now is the perfect time to do that, by the way. However, by the time I'm halfway done with an area for a quest, Chromie is like pulling me back into wherever I need to be at. And I'm like, girl, leave me alone. I'm specifically trying to leave this character in X region to complete specific achievements for that expansion. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop it. Please just give me an option to toggle it off. I'm begging. But I don't want to turn XP off. I still want to level my character. I just don't want it to be kicked to the curb at a certain level just because Chromie's like, okay, you're done here because I said so. Like, give me some reverence for that. The thought of someone farming a mount for years across multiple characters every week, finally earning it, and then being told, well, time to go back and grind for the couch is rough. We'd like to avoid this. Bless them. Harkening again back to the long-lasting journey pillar, we're going to continue fleshing out decor from past expansions in future patches, and they will be earnable via the appropriate content of their expansion. I love that. Now let me stay in the freaking expansion without Chromie coming in and ripping me out of my fun times. Please. One thing we'd like to give you a heads up about here is that we intend to offer decor rewards for past expansion meta achievements. Yeah, which I have been meaning to work on, but I'm trying to keep up to date on the current. I have a World Awoken. I have actually a few of the BFA ones from the meta achievement, just from playing back then. I have nothing from Shadowlands, nothing. And I have tried 3 times to send characters back to Shadowlands to do that content and have been ripped out of that timeline 3 separate occasions. Please let me finish the expansion. Please. Please. I don't want to come back to the War Within on that character. I'm specifically doing the things in Shadowlands. I'm crying. Okay, anyway. Okay, professions. Trust me, I'm a professional. We're not going to bury the lead here. Decor will be crafted by all existing non-gathering primary professions instead of creating a new profession dedicated to it. Love that. We love that. We all agree unanimously. Each profession will be able to craft a few pieces of appropriate decor from each expansion using that expansion's version of the profession. Makes sense. I still haven't quite worked out in the new profession system how to go back and level up my profession from various expansions. That's like a journey that I haven't quite been on yet. But I'll need to check that out at some point. Yeah, I know there's filters and stuff, but like brain-wise, I haven't quite unraveled that. To craft something, players will need not only the required recipe and skill level, but they need to gather a new type of decor crafting specific reagent per expansion. Oh, as well as any required reagents from that expansion. Yeah, fair enough. You go to the auction house and you buy whatever. In general, like most profession-made goods, crafted decor can be traded to other players or sold on the auction house. Yep, makes sense. Some examples of what some professions may be able to make. Okay, blacksmithing creates decor made primarily of metal. Enchanting creates magical decor like floating books and glowing orbs. Jewel crafting creates decor like gems, gem-studded objects, as well as other designated stoneworking profession. 2 points above should be underscored. Your professions and their levels from past expansions matter. And so do some of the reagents from those expansions. You know, just in case you were looking for something else to do between now and the launch of housing. But yes, this makes sense to me. And it makes me more excited to like actually level different professions on different characters. Like it makes me feel really, like every time someone's like, oh, just buy your best in slot stuff from it, just get someone to craft it for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. I feel really fulfilled when I make that progress and I make the thing for myself. So I want to do all of these things. I know I have no time for it. I know it's going to take forever, but I feel really personally fulfilled when I do this stuff on my own. And I thank everyone for putting the stuff on the auction house for me to like buy to make stuff. We want to mention a smattering of related but smaller things as well before we wrap things up. Decorations are only placeable if you have enough of them. If you want to place 4 chairs, you'll need to collect 4 chairs. Oh, so you have to like craft 4 chairs to put 4 of them down. You can't just like duplicate it. That makes sense. Okay. Furthermore, collected decorations are shared across your entire account. So anything you collect on any character, on any of your game accounts is shared across all of them. If you have 4 fountains and place 3 of them on the lawn of your Alliance house, your Horde house will only have 1 available to place. Oh, that's confusing. That's going to be really confusing, and I'll tell you why. There's currently an issue with tracking achievements across your warband, where if you track certain achievements on one character and you track some achievements on another character, and then you try to track more achievements on a third character, it will give you this error saying, oh, no, you can't track any more achievements. You're already tracking 10 achievements. And you're like, okay, but I don't remember which character and which achievements I'm tracking anywhere across my account. How do you remember which of your houses you've placed stuff in if for whatever reason you decide that you want more than 1 fountain in your Horde one and you have to go back to your Alliance one and release 1 to be able to add to your Horde one? Like, that sounds like an absolute nightmare to me. Like, just trying to work around this achievement situation has had me smacking my face on the floor for a while. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. On the flip side, there's a concept of unique decor that you can only place once, no matter how many copies of it you have. It doesn't make sense, for example, to place 9 copies of Onyxia's head on your wall despite how many times you've killed it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But does that mean that only one of your houses can place 1 Onyxia head? Do you know what I want? You know that area of Dragonflight that's just beautiful and green and magical, like Emerald Dreams stuff? Yeah. So that's good old housing. Guilds or friends or community. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to be in just like a random public one and just get to know my neighbors and stuff. I think that would be really hilarious.